Hi, my name's Dasha. I am the chair of the Students for Sensible Drug Policy's UK committee and also the outgoing president of SSDP Durham. SSDP is a grassroots international organisation that believes in drug policies that underpin rather than undermine public health and human rights. Our view is that punitive drug policies have failed. They haven't reduced the availability or the use of drugs, and in fact, drug deaths in the UK are at record highs, with Scotland showing the highest rate of drug deaths in the EU. This is because punitive drug laws prevent access to potentially life-saving services, such as safe consumption rooms, which bring down the number of overdoses, naloxone treatment, which reverses overdose, drug safety testing services, which allow drug users to test the purity and strength of their drugs, and evidence-based harm reduction advice, which goes beyond the classic just say no narrative. The war on drugs has also brought about mass incarceration in the US, with the number of people incarcerated for drug offences having increased by 10 times since 1980, and this mainly affects ethnic minority individuals. But this issue is not restricted to the US. In the UK, black people are 9 times more likely to be stopped and searched for drugs than white people, despite using drugs at a lower rate. This has contributed to a much larger proportion of stop and search arrests of black individuals in comparison to their white counterparts. Despite using cannabis at lower rates than white individuals, those from black and Asian backgrounds are 12 times more likely to be convicted of cannabis possession. And people from BAME backgrounds constitute 25% of England and Wales prison population, despite accounting for only 14% of the overall population. Punitive attitudes towards drug legislation are intrinsically linked to ongoing racial violence and social inequality. That's why we're joining the Global Day of Action on the 26th of June, along with thousands of other activists in 90 countries all over the world, to fight for drug policies that focus on health, well-being and harm reduction, rather than criminalising those who use drugs. We hope that the Global Day of Action will raise public awareness of the failing war on drugs and its associated social damages and structural racism. Although our campaigning efforts have now been shifted online, this means that we can host 2 webinars which you can join. The first, a drug policy advocacy training webinar, including speakers from the Transform Drug Policy Foundation, the International Drug Policy Consortium, and our own SSDP. The second, an introductory webinar on restorative justice, including an interview with the host of Decarceration Nation podcast and a workshop led by the host of Amplify RJ. Attending these webinars, you can find out further information about these issues and how you can get involved to advocate against them. You can also speak out on social media using the Support Don't Punish hashtag, or by changing your profile picture to the Support Don't Punish frame. You can also post a picture of yourself holding up the Support Don't Punish logo and posting an expression of support. The bottom line is that we need a new approach to drug policy, and there is something you can do to help.